This is a short video to show Olga how to repackage my sculptures that will be competed at the 2023 Agricultural Fair. I have two different systems for safely packaging these four different works. The first two, the dragon and the dinosaur, are basically press-fitted into boxes that have the same width as the base of the piece. So just to show you, for example, dragon on bike, which is right here, and each of the boxes are labeled. This is a 12 by 12 by 12 cubicle box. And you can see that I've labeled in the bottom where the front of the piece should go or which way it should be facing. Also, you can see I have a piece of plastic sheeting here, and that I'll show you why that's important in a second. So, let me move the camera, and here's the piece, right there, and the base is almost exactly 12 inches wide. So what I do is I just put it in, and you can see as you put it in, it's already touching both sides. And you just sort of set it down carefully. Try not to get your arms in the way of the wings because they're sort of fragile. And once it's in there, it sort of sits snugly, and that's it. Then you just close up the side flaps and the front and back, and tape it closed, and then carefully. And I'll give you more tape to do a better job at the event. And then you just have to obviously make sure you're holding it vertically and don't turn it on its side or upside down or bump into it or anything. But that'll be fine. A minor amount of movement shouldn't be a problem because the base is fixed there by friction again. So that's how that works. And we have the same thing here with Dino on Uni, Dinosaur on the unicycle, and I think he's already in there. There he is. Again, I labeled it where I want the front of the piece, and the front has the title on the wood itself. And why do I have the plastic in there? That's just something I'm doing to help myself get it out instead of trying to get my hands down in there around the bottom of the wood. I grab the sides of the plastic, and that gets me started. I can lift it up, and then I can take the wood itself and move it out. So that's why I have that there, and just if you can make sure it's in there and oriented perpendicular to the work, that would be great. And then once again, once it's in, just give it a little press, and then it'll seat itself pretty nicely, and then you just sort of close the box up again with some simple, probably painter's tape like this. The other two are a little more fancy, and I'll show you them. They involve a wooden base that I've put into the box and a Velcro system where the base of the sculpture itself has Velcro on the bottom, and then the matching Velcro on the top of the transporting base of the wooden platform, sort of. Anyway, it's easier to show you, I think. So here is Shaun the Sheep. Okay, he's in there, and I'll take him out. I just have to kind of carefully get around it. You pinch the wooden frame with your hand, with your fingers. You can kind of hear the Velcro releasing. There's the work. Okay, and he's glued down, so it shouldn't be a problem to make some minor movement of the piece because it's all solidly glued down. You'll see in there that I have the four circular Velcro mating parts, and I've also drawn a frame around the wooden base where the base of the sculpture is supposed to fit in there. And the other side of the Velcro fits exactly onto those pieces if you landed in that frame. And I've also indicated where the sculpture should face to the front. So again, to put it in, all you do is go, and you kind of have to be a little careful with your hands. Keep your hands away from the sculpture itself. Get as close as you can to the frame, and then just sort of push down gently on the four corners. Again, try not to touch the sculpture, and that then will allow it to be nice and snug. This wooden base here is kind of exactly cut to fit perfectly into the box, so it's not going to fall out or move around. And with the Velcro, the piece is also not going to move around at all. Okay, so, unless you do an Ace Ventura and throw this or kick it, you're not going to have problems at all. All of the boxes are the size that there's at least an inch of clearance above the top of the sculpture between that and the top of the box. So really you don't need anything else. All we want is some system where the sculpture is rigidly held in place and where there's nothing else that could cause trouble. And then, of course, you just close it up. And once again, probably with painter's tape, just put a little tape. Now, I will give you more so there's that you can kind of completely close it up. And then even though it is very secure in there, just do your best to keep it vertical like that. And then the same thing is with my biggest piece, which of course is in the biggest box. And this is the nose by Gogol, which is, it's actually two pieces, and I had to make a special base for them, which you'll see in a minute. So once again, it's the same idea as shown on the sheet. You can see I've got a large piece of particle board down here that is the exact dimension of the box. It's pressure friction fitted, so I could turn the box upside down and that piece won't fall out. And then onto that I have attached with Velcro the base of the work itself. And you won't have to take it out, but to take it out, it just gently pull up the corners one at a time, sort of, very gently. And then I can get it out. There's the work. And incidentally, that's the individual pieces are also Velcroed on, so once again, they shouldn't easily fall off or shift around in the box. But once again, you have to be careful because they're very fragile pieces. So certainly if we dropped them or bumped into them aggressively, that would damage them. And then there it is. I've actually put underneath the platform where the piece should be oriented. It doesn't matter a ton, but maybe where the Velcro pieces are will make a little difference if it's the other way around. And so, as before, when you get it from the display, you're going to get it like this. It won't be in the box. In fact, you're going to have these boxes at your apartment. And I will also give you a way to bring all these boxes over there without too much trouble. And then you just sort of like landing like a helicopter. You just come down and take a look at where that drawn box is with the black marker and try to set it up and put it in. And to help out, I don't know if you can see this, but I put little diagonal marks here that show where the corners are. Because once the piece is down, it covers up the box, the outline of the box. And you'll know it's good when you can't easily move it around. It means the Velcro is connected. And then there it is. And once again, that's all we need. You can see there's lots and lots of space above the top. This is too big, this box, but it's, it's the best one I had, and it's better to have more space than not enough. And then as with all of the others, you just sort of close the flaps. And I guess I didn't put tape on this yet, but so we'll tape it up, and that'll be it. So it's 4 different boxes. The nose, Shaun the Sheep, Dragon Bike, which is a play on words there, dragon on a bike, and of course Dinosaur on unicycle. I thought it was easiest to have every one of them in a different box. That way they aren't jiggling around or getting in each other's way. So thank you so much, and hopefully this will be easy to do and allow you to get them back in a safe way without them being damaged. Thank you so much for helping out in this way.